Alex Kurtzman inks mega new overall deal with CBS Studios. Oh, dear God. Oh, jeez. What? Well, the world is insane at the moment, so why not, Um, this is a Deadline story about a dead franchise. It's just any hope for it to come back is now gone. So there he is taking a dump on Star Trek, So, but what's the deal here? I mean, if there was ever the king of failing upward, it's him, I guess Kathleen Kennedy's the queen of failing upward, but at least with Kathleen, she's got her long background, and all that, and her connections with Spielberg and whatnot, and so that's some explanation. But for this guy, of course, again, Spielberg might be playing a role here because of his connections to Bad Robot, and I don't know, would the Secret Hideout operate as its own company, or is it like a subsidiary of Bad Robot? Which might explain, because Bad Robot's still involved. Supposedly there's going to be a Star Trek 4 movie. I know it's been announced and canceled, announced and canceled, announced and canceled, and now, they're going to do it now. And Abrams is producing it, so it's still a Bad Robot production. So, yeah. But that was interesting because they brought in, what's her name, Emma Watts, I believe, and she was saying, yeah, we got to get Star Trek back on track. Back on track? Well, why? But I guess that's supposed to only be for the movies. So, okay, let's get into it. Alex Kurtzman, the top producer on CBS Studios. That's the top, huh? Boy, CBS, how far you've fallen. An architect of the studio's Star Trek universe has closed a massive new 9-figure overall deal there for his Secret Hideout banner. No financial terms are being disclosed, but I hear the pact is in the $150 million range. Putting Kurtzman in the very top tier of television writer-producers, yeah. Well, the agreement will keep Kurtzman's Secret Hideout at CBS Studios through 2026. Yeah. If you listen to my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, you kind of understand why the number 26 is a bad one for me, but that's another story. I guess this was what it was all about. Giving the studio exclusive rights to the company's projects for all platforms, including a series adaptation of Stephen King's short story, The New York Times at special bargain rates. Well, okay, so that's the next one he'll destroy. Yeah, so if you're a fan of that, sorry. Additionally, Kurtzman will remain at the helm of the growing Star Trek franchise for the next 6 years. Heather Caden will continue to lead the Secret Hideout content team along with SVP Aaron Bears and Director of Development Robin Johnson until they all get fired, because, I mean, he's run through how many people during this time? Quite a bit. Under the new deal, Secret Hideout will expand its ranks with additional executive hires. Oh, okay. Maybe that was part of the deal. I don't know. This is the second consecutive time CBS Studios shot itself in the foot. It re-upped Kurtzman with 2 years left on his deal. That's all he had to do was let it run out. The prolific writer, producer, director launched Secret Hideout in 2016 with a 4-year overall deal at CBS Studios and Caden and Bears as his top executives. So they've been along from the beginning. All right, so I guess they're in good because, whatever photos he has of CBS, they got photos of him, 2 years later, he signed a new 5-year overall deal with the studio at the time, valued at around $25 million. So from 25 to 150. That put him in charge of expanding the Star Trek franchise. He didn't. I mean, he's Discovery, Picard, and a cartoon show. And then there's another cartoon coming. So he did that, but the franchise in and of itself shrunk down to fit into a pet cemetery, Back then, there was one Star Trek series, Dysentery. 3 years later, Kurtzman and his team have grown to the Star. No, they haven't grown jack squat. But they all for PP, Paramount Plus. The company also produced the Comey Rule. Well, that makes sense because that was, because everything's a platform for, political campaigns for the Democratic Party. So that's what that was. And the upcoming Man Who Fell to Earth. So if you're a fan of Man Who Fell to Earth, sorry. Oh boy, the only reason to watch it is to see how bad it'll be and how much destruction can he wrought. That's the only question left. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Remember CBS All Access? Yeah, Star Trek was going to be the flagship of that and launch it into streaming greatness. Yeah. So then the company had to merge with its old half, to save one another because they were failing. And so now their next shot is PP. Yeah, PP. Extending our valuable partnership with the brilliant. Well, he's brilliant at something, blackmail, maybe? I don't know. Alex Kurtzman, secret hideout, has been a top priority for CBS and PP, said George Cheeks. Is Alex good at kissing them, Alex's vision and leadership of the Star Trek franchise and his ability to create artistic and commercial. What? How's that merchandise sales doing, huh? Where's all the Star Trek stuff? Yeah. Across all platforms. Well, all platforms. There's one. I get what? Like video games and stuff? Yeah, they can do that. The much higher value of the new 6-year deal for Kurtzman and Secret Hideout than their previous one reflects a far more competitive talent marketplace. Competitive talent for BS and blackmail, I guess. I don't know. Our connections and, my sugar daddy will be mad if you don't re-up me. Oh. Overall deals for prolific top showrunners have gone up dramatically in the last few years, driven by streamers' aggressive pursuit of A-list ass list. Traditional studios have had to step up to secure their key producers, with CBS Studios has done with new overall deals for Kurtzman and fellow prolific creators Robert and Michelle King. The pay increase also recognizes the success. There is no success. Where is it? Making this an easy bet. Alex and Secret Hideout have been extraordinary partners through their prolific output of high-quality shows. Have allowed our studio to grow exponentially. Yeah, he grew so much that it burned down the whole streaming service, and you had to make a new one and merge with another company. Yeah, okay. Alex's vision and breadth of interest is unmatched. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe Chibnall's got him beat, as he and his team have reignited this. No, they didn't. They burned it down. With 5 brilliantly unique series, while at the same time creating long-standing network. Okay. So he executive produced Hawaii Five-0, which apparently is his big win. That was the most successful show that he did with his old buddy Orsi, who's what happened to that guy? Yeah. Ran for 10 seasons. But how about Clarice? That thing was dead on arrival. CBS Studios has been my home for over a decade because of the incomparable David Stapf, I guess. I don't know. Always finds a way to demonstrate his decency and creative passion, not just for the work we do, but for the people who do it, Kurtzman said. In David Nevins, I've found a rare breed executive with an auteur taste and the guts to take chances. Who has encouraged us to create premium streaming and cable that pushes boundaries. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even respect its own plot lines and stuff. I mean, they'll just tease something and then drop it within a second. It's such garbage. And over the last year, I've had the extraordinary privilege of being eyewitness to the steady leadership George Cheeks has brought to CBS. Star Trek universe built by Kurtzman Secret Hideout consists of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Lower Decks, and upcoming Star Trek Prodigy in partnership with Nickelodeon. And for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which at one time I thought might be their last hope, but with him sticking around, it doesn't have a chance. Featuring characters Pike, Spock, and Number One. In addition, Secret Hideout is in development on the Star Trek project based on Section 31 with Michelle Yeoh attached. Well, that's been in development hell for years now, and we thought, well, they must be our dead. But now with this, I guess it's coming. Beyond television, the Star Trek universe also includes digital content across podcasts, but yeah, big deal. Trek Products will hire a franchise manager to report to... Oh, you got to report to Kurtzman, huh? How the hell? I mean, what toy company is going to interest you? I mean, I guess you got to pay them big up front. And where did you get the money? They had trouble getting money to keep the Star Trek movies going. That was the problem. They couldn't pay Chris Pine and Hemsworth for the movie, so they bailed. And that was it. It kept getting scrapped and scrapped and scrapped. I mean, Noah Hawley sounded interesting, but they said his was too Star Trek-y. Yeah, you don't want your Star Trek to be Star Trek. So, they got a sugar daddy somewhere who gave him some cash, you know, to pay this guy. Because, I mean, good Lord, $150 million, you might have, it would have been a cheap movie, but you could have made one. But now it's all his. So, yeah, he's going to do Stephen King. Short story about a woman receiving a call from her dead husband. Huh. Oh, he stole that plot from Twilight Zone. So, Blackbird, Lena Horne in America, based on the life of Lena Horne, from Kurtzman's frequent collaborator and writing partner, Horne's granddaughter, Ginny LeMay, I guess. Well, it's a Kurtzman project, so... Oh, and Michael Chabon's finally getting his prize for having show run one of the seasons of Star Trek Discovery. So there you go. He's gonna The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier Clay, which means it'll probably be crap on TV now because it's all a part of this crap. Additionally, Secret Hideout has optioned multiple books, including The Girl Who Could Move Shit. Well, there's a lot of shit to move around here, so that might work. With her mind. Oh, with her. Okay, she's telekinetic or something. And the company is repped by CAA and attorney Michael Gendler. Yeah. Well, there you go. Star Trek is dead. There was some bit of hope there, but it's all gone. And now, for some of you who are a little younger than me, maybe there is some hope that after this is over, it could be revived. But that won't happen until I'm in the throes of deep dementia or dead. So this is it. And I can't even really blame him. The company did this. I guess because they visited a certain island and there were photos and videos of it. Because this makes no sense at all. None whatsoever. So that's off the list of... Amazingly enough, the one that I thought couldn't come back, being Star Wars, might be the one. Might be. Yeah. So I'm still doing reviews of old Star Trek shows. I have 2 left to do of the original series, and then we'll move on to the animated series and so forth. But don't be surprised if I'm very angry while I do it. Jeez. I'm going to miss you, Star Trek. I'm really going to miss you. Shh. Bad reboot. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.